OKFM 101.7.
On the line, NPA, National Petroleum Authority, Penipa, lawyer Godwin Edudzi Tamakloe. Law, Martin.
Uniano Prime Chavo, that's how we see for you now. But don't promote to say.
Namia Dumo, Yahoye. Mr. Bissaka, I was away. What was it?
It's also for what to say.
Oh, also for no year, papa. Sir, Apostle Doctor Zeko, and pass him now working.
No correct.
Namia Dum, no year, papa. And when you ran, I'm the Nekasai.
Payable in a your mind or a corner swing Musa.
I no pay your fair way, Beba budget in commanders and also, Anra, the Bocrat and the buyer. Sra wokwa sra ka ne mampaniku fo ewo natuna ye ewo pediase ye nyabre ammo ho nkommo ni ade uko pie ho
yo medase wonu say National Petroleum Authority afi na enya obeka 20 years afi bako dumienu ana no 20 years na 20 years na asono na SCND 20th anniversary na February kanfo yese obi eya dia osayeye enya nda
sa
na ohwe ya afi 2005 ena omampeni John Adekunkufuo ede Emra Yefren the National Petroleum Authority Act 2005 Act 691 Edibaye. Sa and 691 na SSA up Jumadie no. Ena ene sa Jumadie na abedi 20 years. Inti ye kan say enya ade a yebetimi aye any form of celebration. Mbrekwa Febio yentwi yeti yankwoichi enkwhwe ye ema ene ye have such an organization okaya na it used to be a department and a National Petroleum Tender Board our Ministry of Energy and no na omampeni kufo so enye sadia obemano full authority and na ne enya bedru sampensui inti so etwase sebe ebeko eki na obibia na namu ni vision amaya bedru sa sampensui no yeni omuba ko din komo enti yako papa kufo ho na eyenkomo a yeni no ekodi ye enisade hu a no wo enti a oye so sade na na ye a unit we can say department and the Ministry of Energy no for the babe a full authority enti ahu anamontu ehu na yako ye wo papa for our Pedrase. No, so Emra Koye or GN, Awawa, the two, Emma Yenino Edi, and Komo Yenu Yen Sabi. Na Sabio may use video so Eddie Adana Sepa.
Mwada celebration, you know, a Shebosume Bay.
Honestly, and Nekrana ye lunch anniversary no inti krana miame ya yesu me tomensa afrewo ene uti semu ya mo ba join yen na ya lunch celebration no bunu say okayfm ene the despite group no omu ye a key partner of the authority MRP and your ma ye efa safety quality ene ho kan hono The Despite Group has always been a key partner in educating young crop for the okayfm Bejina Mufidi so my sister station UTV and Kekamo as Timemu for say Emrepi Oshaya Sabio se tanka bi accident ba na tofoma when we say ya ye kromo fuyi obi ono afa gallon efinifie obi ono afa bucket efinifie oko akosa fango no bi san yo mani nyina na sabio ye can say the best firm and the Despite Group has always been a key factor in this public education. Into media music video so at the other master.
And beyond the luncheon no and no minimum that's a bit to me and Kakra program outline. No?
Oh, many activities will be coming and eventually make sure that your corporate affairs for no money media for no every day and come more. Now, when say Jumadies are no Sebio, Edikan for our honor. What am I say? Edikan for our honor. Into the end, say they call the then first chief executive officer, IFN, Mr. John Atipa. They call Nakachi. The first board chairman, Professor Ivan Adai Mensa, and also they call Nakachi. And so the second board chairman, Mr. Finn, and also they call Ho, Alice Mood, they call Ho, they call Honorable Moses Asaga Honso, they call the board chairman, Ralph Roland, and so forth. They call Nya Messinia Hassan Tampoli, Honorable. They call Neho. They call the predecessor, Honorable Dr. Mustafa Hamid, and so forth. The board chair, Adoyobo. Into Ushaya, the two Anamon be free. Your persistent disabled. Obi bia one way or the other are contributing to and compensate ya bedu. Ye wea enye den enfiomu. Ye bekayomu. Ene anamontu kesia omutu ye na sebio ya bedu sampensue. Mana.
Afi ya mra. Budget 47 kg lato forcing. On the front page of the Daily Graphic, Wakot Finance Minister Nisemba can say budget no a targeted growth in 2026. Prioritized areas near agri and infrastructure. Minimum say no nya daji here. Yeah, cause a budget no ya can ye enra no code no and ka obetu din say
media nanka metu ne din beyond everything ebia hope,
budget of hope and na so na be dey
yo sabi obi bia ni bebia na ye wo emra President John Dramani Mahama Uchedi Amponyankopon eye na dom ema ne beye ma peni Sebio all far and tam kesie on the 7th day of January 2025. At that time, Minya na Ghana yesika sem aye basa. Na Sebio na Ghana for were in a state of despair, hopelessness, despondency. Sanyomanu in a characterizing Sebio the state of the Ghanaian economy. Okaya na Omampeni Dada President John Omampeni Dada Nanado Dankwe Gupado, ably assisted by Dr. Mahmoud Bahamian, the vice. Economy na omujaya no. Sebio at a point, the second, na adia ye no inflation. Ekoya could do 54%. The last time I had inflation up to 54%, I mean Chantra in the 1980s. Now, Emrana inflation Koya could do 54% no. Now Africa now only 2 countries in our inflation a year worse than ours. Zimbabwe and South Sudan. That was the state of affairs. Yes, by 2024 ending, now above from Accra. 2. Minya, at a point, at the no exchange rate, a koya machine could do 23 or 17. 17 Ofa Ghana cedi na uhia emu 17 Ghana cedis nwanya dollar baako. One selling koya could do almost 22. Nti uhia cedi baako 22. Na ovia answati nyanya at that time Queen Elizabeth and then King Charles the way back. Into Sebio, not the state of the Ghanaian economy, no. Not Sebi. Yes, if you can't pay the day. It is sometimes so for economy, no, not quite careful. But that time, not the state of affairs is so bad. True. Okay, and so on. Now, the other kind of domestic debt exchange program, haircut law. And also, Eddie Oyeni, Kasiepa, and Ediba Obama. For the first time in the history of this country, so Kaya, pensioners echo year demonstration. Nana, Sebio, we need Africa cry. But okay, the last time my pensioners a year demonstration from 1992. Okay.
W.
No, correct. That is what happened at the tail end of 2022 to 2024. Inti Ushaya, not Sebio and Crofua, Omudi, Omutika, Edema, Abai, say Abai, yes, so, would they na yeko retirement ye betimi anya sika e de ato ye diabetes eduro ye betimi anya sika e de ato ye blood pressure eduro sika e de ato sasabro eni keka ho eduro no na aso omoko aban ho se aban ya ye sika ye de ama wo no fama ye na aban se sedio enya de amiwo se sika na betimi de aiden e de ama mo. What was that? That was the state of affairs. And then, under the able presidency of John Dramani Mahama, with the vice president, Professor Jenana Opoku Ajiman, Yabuma Bumwa, any empire bo, every Ghana for a software to go and make a home. And then, Ghana City. Sebio, Aqua Naya 11 cedi. Utimi Edinya $1. Pounds plus or minus 18-19. Utimi Dinya £1. Inti Oshaya, and Yoma Abafom, inflation. Abba Manabedu a little below 9%. Interest rate there, Bubruja, and now I know can say, she was a boy and fire thing, a bit stable. and affordable. Inti you can say budget no a hope. A Ghana for a reason to be thankful to God. A reason to say Sebio and ne Ubi Aniwa 7 in the past almost 1 year. Nana, what is Ubia Kujina PSO? I can say this is our economic management team. What a solid team. What is this? What is this? That can force say Ahinepa Enyedeng.
Enkasa.
Ahinepa Enyedeng.
Ahinepa Nkasa.
Eye die efimuno ina obia eyedeng. Obia kura ni Mahama the economic management team. Bashe de bioma eko. Inkunimdie nkuwa. Inti enwa ohwe ya. Omampeni John Dramani Mahama o say Ochedi amponyankopon etutu ni oma nyina yiye mana. Oba beye brand new road. But tell you a quite full from Accra to Kumasi. Expressway to connect to these two major cities, Accra and Kumasi. Now, make right at the end of the say, so yeah, it will be easier for me to visit my in-laws in Kumasi. And you
Yes, sir.
And you
Sir,
it's very so easy. And now they say, me kuhu me in-laws in Kumasi easy class is here no me do require no back. That is what we are all looking for. Under the big push, Omanpenise or Movisika. Look, Volta region, Obibia only Volta better. From Ho to Aplau, Quino, na Asekra. And then, there are two big push. Only Upper East, yeah. Oshaya, from Navrongo, Edekwa, Pietiana Paga. Ufichana Paga now back at you. What they call Upper West. First Sisala, Quino Wa. Quina Sekra. And then, yet is our Quino, they are so the big push. Chedian Ponyankopon, a yardoma, or Mampini say, latest by 2027, that Quina is to connect the two regions. Because, and yes, sir, I just say, Ufi, Border. I just say, Asena Okakofa, Bepia, Tamale. Mafa Tamale, answer, Wako Piewa. Yamea Domina South finding a year. And one is when you're moving from Navrongo, Upekra, which need the first Andama area, and also the Beba Chana Paga, Ufichana, na Oko, Ugo Pia, Kachua, na Udi do Upper West. That's why I'm also, yeah. We know what I say. Do the one Afinia side of that road, and so a yadia contractor for a young wage man. Minya, the president was doing far. Okwase of Uncle Amasama to Insawam. What was the last time our pastor massive work in a coso. Contractor, a friend of my former. And the president of Mama, he can't answer Kwamano. And ne a quino omuyeno, we see every kata no modias are quino. Sir, Ubibia Oko Kumasi Biano, the use of that road, no, a very easy at the amount. Make us say, from community 25, from barrier, Edekwa Kupie, community 25, to Central University. A yadia a buying a year wage man. So, Yakaza is here. So, Rakwame, Cape Coast, Edico Theatre Crowd, contractor egyina so a oye ho adwuma emra Prez Mahama baaye na President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo no ache ekwan so from Budumbura Kasoa Ediko P Winiba and also contractor o mampeni baaye wankaso omunja adwuma ni wakoye audit okaya emra Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo baaye no okache contractors na under the Cocoa Road project omunja adwuma and for almost a year almost audit Prez Mahama said that Munko so na munye mujuma Munko so na munye mujuma Sam ye kano ye kase sisia na mihu se minia Penny Dankwa no studio ono when we see ye kase aban avoti 150 million Ghana cedis omo the best support Ghana ye Black Star emra omo eye bibia for the World Cup in 2026 Sanyomayi ni epe say at the end of the day omai no beye day ebe konkan omai no betumpon na yebeka le say timembufu onso no omuhu enkoye den enomamu nye din emo ohwe ya the budget focus wo enoma miensa critical enoma miensa one agric ye beti asi sebi woni farmers etasa almost all manya de kind of bumper harvest and I understand in fact the who Ghanaian farmers almost say and no man na omoye no abroso ama say almost say aban embeto you know what I say President John Dramani Mahama ama finance minister say put aside over 200 million Ghana cedis yede beto sa enyomano through Ghana Buffer Stock Company ye ka say o mampeni John Dramani Mahama so ashe say your school secondary schools omunyane amua ombedi nkosia omewe nkoko nam enikeka ho no it should be made in Ghana yenkoto sebio akoko nam enfia broche dabida embreko a BB farms ewu Kumase ewo honom dabi enti ohwe ya budget no obi bia asoso obi bia so creative act omampini John Dramani Mahama osi ebinkom o ye ka say abayan kasa pese on setting up in the energy sector almost close to 100,000 megawatts thermal plants be increasing the power generation and so in the energy field ye ka say abayan ebua together with the Ministry of Energy Green Transition NPP and Kekamu say you provide over 450 clean cooking stoves at the ama minimum and Kekamu. You see, Ushaya from infrastructure, agri, telecommunication, every sector of the Ghanaian economy. John Mahama ayeden amomu kakra na teacher training allowances for say look we see one nursing training allowance we see one we know what I say one of the major campaign promise of President John Dramani Mahama the Women Development Bank and utie Minia Penny Dr. Cecil Atopos na. Or say, Omampeni se putting aside 400 million Ghana cedis for the setting up of the Women Development Bank in fulfillment of their campaign promise. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Retooling Omampeni Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo started Agenda 111 Omampeni say I see 10 of those hospitals by next year. Obepese obeying obey. Inti Oshaya is also a government of continuity. On the say, oh, the predecessor nature the daddy, Sadiana the pa, Sadiana was starting no ever worked before. Omampeni John Dramani Mahama say, a bet was so. Inti Oshaya overall, budget no, it's acting on every part. Can you imagine? Let me know what I say. You micro minority in parliament, the senior Osahine Alexander Fenyomarkin Edoma. Prez Mahama are voting for parliament over 1.6 billion Ghana cedis. It means either to aid parliamentary business. Nana, what you over 1.6 billion Ghana cedis. Many a penny, a penny marking, any, is it only 88 Ghana, 87? Whatever number our omo sir, omo MPs no ebit me anya the opportunity to serve their constituents. So omo tu kwan enike kan ho a omit me abomo so that as MPs no they can function properly. That is a precedent that respects democracy. Judiciary anya ne die. Me no wo can say the three arms of government will be kakra, so that the democracy no so electoral commission, national commission for civic education. Now the the retooling of the Ghana armed forces. Oh, Minia. When you say can say Ghana, ye armed forces, dear and Crofo, Eddie Obu, Eddie Momo, President John Dramani Mahama said, Obabe routinely the Ghana armed forces. Sebi, and President Kai Ghana for ya. Yet your Mamuhana accident, Uyene Kesia, Efa helicopter crash ya. Sebi, a ma, Yeshri, the Minister for Defense. Dr. Omane Buama, Dr. Mustafa Mutala Mohammed, Samuel Sapon, the National Vice Chairman, the soldier for pilots now, no more coming. Niamina Samuel Abaje, I think it can. You know what I say, Omampeni Mahama say, Star episode no, ever superior. And she talk new helicopters at the Ghana Air Force, Navy and Sobenya, the Ghana Armed Forces and so Ebenya. You can say one of the things I am with debt is to purchase over 100 fire tenders. Minia said you sometimes fire issues a bar. We struggle to get fire tenders to solve the problem. Prez Mahama said, Yamiya Naduma, over 100 of that, they best started the process to purchase it for the Ghana Fire Service. Hooray! You see, make one sema, Bubruja, now education crown and there. Education. JSS. Omampeni Prez Mahama was see about 200 of it new, brand new. Oshe kindergarten. What you say? Under the 8 years of President Nana Dankwa Kufuor, focus me now for free SHS. Focus me now for free SHS. And you know, not the basic side of education was completely neglected. President Mahama said that the feed, into the secondary schools are from the basic school into SEM back nearly directed resources to those ends. And no one among you in our Prez Mahama are taking it. It's the OSHA sector by sector. A Greek, Nkukon Kitenkete. Nanamu, I say, won't pay me. I say, on me, also for Enkasa. Na, a foreign ma, Enyabi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Kakra. If you baby, you know, to will grab you, it will be a home. You the baby, I make count. Tell you, oh, yeah, man. Now, we focus on getting cheaper food for your people. Because you see, we show Omamu and your man, you know, in the taking and for income. Yes, any disposable income. If you need any rent. If you need any rent. You see, Sebius or Mantini, a banana focus, echo yet that area now. A situation where Omantini a day planting for food and jobs ebeba. Now last minute said you be come on a across Serbia. What am I here? Yempenesa. In the overall budget now, honorable Asofos and every day on behalf of President John Dramani Mahama. And this some renewed sense of hope. They are very much in my war. Yenyanuma, a war about so kind. President John Dramani Mahama, or say, that I heard you, any your man. Omo is a that way, no. Okay, yeah, about prosper. Minka, I mean, sure. And sometimes I say it with so much pain. What me say? Obi biano about so kind. In 2024, okra 200 million Ghana cedis. Na adia otimi top ewa manoneno. O convert it into dollars. That 2 million o convert it into dollars. Debut. 100 and something $1,000 into the 2 million cedis. And no matter it's minyamano, it's about 1.2, 130,000, $120,000 worth of spare parts. And then the same 2 million Ghana cedis. It means that same 2 million Ghana cedis, no. It means one of Emma and the Tonyoma almost getting to $170,000, $180,000. So what it means is that and then with little papers no more. And then you buy papa. And then you buy papa. And then you be a yeka. Then you are over bosokai. Over kaichi. Over cantamanto. Say you brony wawu. In a no offer man on the other Tonwa. So, 2 million Ghana cedis in 2020, 2024, sorry. Not as 2 million Ghana cedis, no. I told your mama, yes, it be a 120 million, 120,000 Ghana cedis worth of Obudiwa. And you have no say. The same 2 million, no. Just by change of government and leadership, no, that same 2 million Ghana cedis and it means almost 180,000. Yes. And then what we took $180,000 worth of Bruniwa. And can't you know, I talk like a little over $120,000. And then you buy papa. And then you get him for look, before the budget reading, on our so forth, echo Takrade market circle, and on before ekodi nkomo me say before na nkasa na no mo kan omanu omo nkasa yes there be omo say ne ya anwa abuo akofom eyemo a mebo akofom o say ya eyenkunim yenkwa na sebio yenuanom ma enkura omo school sebe in a rural area adia yenuanom go through every month when we say in a rural community young girl because of that do somewhere now won't go school out of that process because won't mean hygienic sanitary part for that purpose. And then Prez Mahama they are voting huge sums of money for that purpose. The person on the 24-hour economic project. This is many happening honorable Alexander Marking. I can see budget no and country and for 24-hour economy. In fact, we share budget now honorable Atu Forsen Eka it's over 120 something million or so. Yeah, budgeted for the full implementation of the 24-hour economy project. Now, something came out in the budget statement. I will conclude on this. We can say, Omaya Yewomu, Minia. The investigation actually, and then say, Okra, Yankropa, Omo importing Yoma Edeba or my Mohana. Investigation actually say, Omai Moha. And Crawford to make cranial mankwa over $80 billion. Ayesika Omodekama no new. Ombe can say, Ombe bank still, Mekra and Yoma 82 billion Ghana cedis or dollars at the above my Mohammed. At the end of the day, and Yoma na finally Ebeba Ghana no. Anna, and do 30 billion. Meanwhile, over 80 billion aquabontain. Why are we doing this to this country? Under declaration, fictitious invoices. It is not fair. One of the major issues are confronting of my money now. The issue of galamsey. Galamsey.
And some of about galamsey, Honona, Oka and the declaration, and I'm if you say Obeku and Mukakrana, maybe sa, Yane, Jedifoni Biakasa. In fact, even before you came, no, David Martin, Yanene Kasa, president of Traders Advocacy Group, now, Oma mention, say, and the declaration is a Uramupa and Kebehu say. Customs wono said the cruiser and as a guru say wono when we did do a go aban about you simono and so we are near the ones who born or businessmen and women traders no but the actual problem here
I'm rana make us me person me my believe or that me person me apportion blame to say be a businessman and other bank and our custom. The maker in an say, not the air coso HSA near year under declaration. Whoever is involved, not the is a subject for the investigation then ECOSO. Minister can say, Omo the report, not the Burma Attorney General, not Attorney General, I feel. Media maker in an say, Timamufuo, Yina Yemwa or Mayina or Mayan Tinyering and Konim. Can you imagine, say, one movie over 80 billion Ghana cedis, and the Aquaman na Gusa Ebebano, and do that level. Can you imagine the pressure would be to Ghana city also? The pressure you'll be putting on the Ghana city simply because of this phenomena. It will say, yeah, say you yana yema omano anything move for every yeah, yes, and your mano, minia. Yeah, yes, and your mano. Na meka, edia castle essay. Yeah, to say, tell you. Adia, your friend of Galam say, Obienim, the devastating impact of Galamsey. And then, President John Dramani Mahama, or say, budget everything over 160 million Ghana cedis. 150 million Ghana cedis to support the operations of 9 months. Sa omone Galamsey is free. Everything a day improving. You say, Oshaya, the innovation possible is mind-boggling. Another intervention, Prez Mahama Ediaba, and I'll conclude on this. EFA, the gold board phenomenon. Gold board. One is the encounter, you know. Said you know, Bia, Eto, the Cocoa, no, not for time, said it. In a buying edit the FN cocoa board at the buy.
Sure.
That same vision, no, in a ne, yede ate Ghana gold board. And you want say, for almost 11 months in power, President Mahama called the Euro bond. And you want because Okaya, Emra President Anado Danko Kufuado, Ebeye Mampeni, January 7th, 2017. By April, March 2017, normal Koje Franklin templating 2.25 billion. So, okay, I said, no, it will say, yeah, I think, yeah, no more Koje Euro bond, averagely $2 billion. Now, almost the Abek can see the no. I used to see the need here, the friend of performance enhancing drug, Viagra. Tony Viagra.
Npa.
Aha. International, you know. I see Biani a man of Viagra. $2 billion Euro bond. I see Bia. In fact, in the period of 6 years, said you, Euro bond, yedi amasi di nunkwa. What they a Franklin Templeton bond no one. $13 billion. $13 billion. Million. Nana, in the space of 6 years old, Eurobond alone, $11 billion. What they cut Franklin Templeton bond of $2.25 billion now, Nina comes up to $13 billion. And in this car, near the chassis the noom, near the chassis the noom, near the chassis the noom. And then, Minia, for this period, under review, you encourage $1 Euro bond.
And not lawyer. Whether I don't remember in Chonwa, and not. Obeka, maybe cry and Chebia, Mampeni, Eboya Maniano say, economy noa, Mobeto, you know. It's more than a crime scene. Can you? The young Crawford was a magic band, and we are a fee and Yama Motumia ye. Scano Munya way.
Look, and then America say, even gold board alone has changed a lot. Gold board alone. And look, the idea no home. And your magic, The idea was there. I don't know why you for 8 years. That idea now, Harvard trained economists, Yale trained economists, Oxford trained economists. That idea now is me then amma. Kede Prez Mahama ye. What dia sempana dia ba. Kede Prez Mahama ye. And the Ghana for bisa say Prez Mahama said you o konfo anoche 2 mina o me dey sikaja kofi ba ye no. Ebi na wo wa na. Eje wonwa. Eje wonwa. Enche nana let me actually say you can say economy no is in competent hands. Minia Sami Jensi will gold board. Honorable Atofonsin Ekura economy no. Honorable Johnson Esiama Bank of Ghana governor with Dinamu and quietly Oma holding the economy in check. Sebi. And then there was a vice president, chairman of economic management team, who be said or your literature, madam. But said there why so economists are said, and ye and then the baby are yet. And the stability about economy. And yet, ye beko so a bonfire at the Amotridian for Yankopon. So on Kai on you pa and good grammar, ya fast so. Now, said you the economy, say ye and ye ma NDC from Kwa. Anna Sababe. On my Muhanum, said you. Your market for NDC people. Your market only for NPP people. That be that. And they say, no man, a year maximum phone. And the rest of them you are not NPP for. Omumbeka President John Dramani Mahama. Yanchichiri or my no my America, Beshe. Mesromo, I will look you. Mesromo,
Lawyer, a better say no pay.
I no pay to me that much.
Now, your baban's so now 20 years anniversary lunch. Yani lawyer Godwin Edudzi Tamakloe, NPA boss, and a churching common. NPA is 20 years, and NPA at night.
OKFM 101.7.